and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. Jeep. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You put the, you end up dead. Them West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got calling your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. 4th and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down, she real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby, no witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, then make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look. See, I was the high school slick Rick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 cricket. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends. Them older couldn't tell me different. I need a round-away girl to let me. Showtime at the Apollo. I'm about the bottom. Take 2 and pour out a little for my who won't live to see tomorrow.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, cause he Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the Riasi, we still outside. Mine on the richest heart in the...
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
It's on!
Starting the drive with Algier. To the 22-yard line. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll go as a 42, making a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground, and he's dropped right at the 40, gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
The Vikings hit 4-6 now on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On second down, Cook, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun now on third down.
He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 37. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Back to throw again.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. First down, here's the run with Cook. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very...
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end.
And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line. So now just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 33 and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On second, here's Algier. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Jackson now. That's complete to John Ross. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Pass incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Trying the left side with Algier. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Cedric Wilson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have cut it back within a score. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll drop to throw. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action now. Jackson dumps this one off to Algier. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his right. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Coup for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. The 20, 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league. 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that 1st-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 82 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Play action. It's Jackson. 20, 10. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Lamar Jackson. 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth 1st half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A read option. Here's Algier.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Jackson, options out left.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now they send the tight end in motion left.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough. We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll run with Dobbins, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. J.K. Dobbins, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. We're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
A lot of
tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. Finding Hockenson here on the out route. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. This pass is caught by London. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they had planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw here. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll look to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings! Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throwing to the hands of Sample. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To throw again is Jackson. Oh, he's got his tight end Pitts complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design,
blitz coming, and down he goes. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And even 100 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On third down, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Harris. And the Vikings will take over here just shy of the 30. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. Jeremy Chin there defensively.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on third down. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now back to throw. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Vikings have retaken a third-quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Falcons. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Extra point by Koo, up and good, and that gives them a 3-point lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, that offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here, and climb back into this game in the 3rd quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick 6.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person just ended up in the end zone with the football. He was the one that answered the bell.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Algier going straight ahead. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now. And my goodness, another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only do they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away. They stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. And he whips that one incomplete there. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confidence.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, but while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Here we go, set. The Vikings on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll set up to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
2nd and a yard at the 42-yard line.
Algier now up the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. 125 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Algier with another carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They go play action now. Jackson. That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Falcons, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we